This is my large backpack. It's an Osprey Fairview 40 made for women, and so the shape of the straps is made for women's comfort. I bought it several years ago. It still does its job. There are better backpacks out there right now, but I also prefer traveling with a backpack instead of a trolley because I cannot lift stuff with my right hand, old injuries and such. And so lifting a trolley, running from a train to another, and I'm thinking of Italy right now, I'd rather have a huge weight on my back because it's easier for me to manage. And then I have just a random black backpack that I didn't consider bringing at first because I wanted to travel with the small one. I'll show you in a second. But then I remember that time when I had to move my laptop out of the Osprey backpack, and they decided to check that in, even though that was not the plan. But sometimes it might happen because they don't have enough room in the overhead bins. And at that time I didn't have another backpack where to put my laptop. And so this time I will bring 3 different backpacks, so that the tiniest one will be my main day pack during the trip. And there's a second reason actually. The personal item, at least on Ryanair, doesn't have any weight requirements, meaning that I'm saving a lot of weight by putting my laptop into my personal item bag instead of my Osprey. I had a Quechua the same size as this one, which had plenty of pockets both in and out, and that would be much better, especially traveling with tripods. Here is a selection of packing cubes that I might or might not need. This time I'm truly light packing, so I think I will only need 3. And these come from Taiga, Muji and other shops. I also prefer packing cubes because they help me organize my stuff inside a flimsy type of bag, which is my backpack. This light green one is the one that I will be using because on one side I can put used clothes and on the other side clean ones. And it's also a compression packing cube. These are all the clothes I plan on bringing, and depending on the weather, I might change them last minute. But the plan is, since I'm traveling back to my home country, I will be buying, or at least looking for, a pair of trousers. And knowing that I will be buying some stuff in Italy, I also decided to travel even lighter than needed at the beginning of the trip, so that I'm sure that I'm staying under the 10 kilograms limit for the Osprey backpack. I place 1 full change, so here I have 1 dress, socks and underwear that will stay with me in the black backpack, just in case they take my main bag and they lose it or something, so that I can survive 1 day without my luggage. Here is the outfit for the plane. This is a collection of containers that I've picked up over the years, so it's not just one brand, but this is, for instance, 12 milliliters, and I'm using it for a day or night cream. This is 10 milliliters. Even better, and it has this extra lid here that helps with certain products and so on. This is even smaller, but I don't know how much it contains, doesn't say. And some of these are necessary, such as toothpaste. Some others I might leave at home, such as hand cream, which I use more in winter. But it depends. If it's really windy, I might need this one. But I have another kind of moisturizer that I use always on my hair, which is coconut oil. And this is why I have it in a plastic bag too, because these containers are good. This is exactly the same as this one, which are from Muji. And they don't really leak. But since coconut oil changes consistency depending on the temperature, and I cannot regulate the temperature on the plane or as I'm traveling, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So this is one method to make sure that nothing leaks. But what I will do with every single one of these is to add another layer here. So it's not pretty, but it works. I just put some film over here and it helps, definitely helps. This is lemon juice, and you might ask, why the heck do you bring lemon juice? It's because I have IBS, and this is one of the very few things that helps. I need to drink it with warm water every single morning. And this is why I'd rather bring this, and then it's empty by the end of the week. And maybe I can fill this one with some other product that I might have bought during the trip. And then we have some micellar water. This is not the original packaging. I've been refilling this one for years with another brand, but it's the same thing. And I'm quite proud of this one. I've never done this before, but this is just a regular deodorant, right? But it has a glass container, which is pretty heavy. And it's bulky. I mean, look at how much space it takes in the 1 liter bag. It's too much. And it's very heavy. And I was about to throw this one away, which is just the container of an eye roll-on. And I managed to open it, to remove this part and open it, and fill this with deodorant. I mean, it's super light, super thin. It's way more than I need for 1 week. And yet, I mean, I think it's genius. Have you ever seen anyone doing this with deodorant? Because it depends on the deodorant that you use, of course. Now I'm just using this one, but it doesn't always work. I also have this one, which is already wrapped. But it's a very old solid perfume by Lush, and this one is pretty heavy actually because it's glass, so I might leave this one at home, don't know, we'll decide. But this is perfume, not deodorant. And just to show you how much space I'm saving and weight, this is foundation. This is 30 milliliters, but it's bulky. And this is 10 milliliters, and it's not full to the brim. Or this is not the same cream, but the same idea. And I'm not gonna use the whole product. And yes, I tried this for perfume or deodorant, but it never worked. Like, perhaps I have the wrong deodorants. I tried with the wrong bottles or something, but this never worked. And then for something that is not liquid, so I have this separate pouch that I will bring with me. In the smaller backpack, I have solid toothpaste by Lush, but I put this on because it's all broken. It's so old that these are becoming powder at this point. And even the smallest possible dental floss, like this is the regular one, this is a tiny one, and you can refill it. And this is, well, I never used it, but it's a towel, so you just put it on top of a bottle, water bottle, or just in the sink, and it becomes a wet towel. and of course the smallest possible toothbrush. And this is just a kit that I got somewhere, I don't know. And another trick is to bring solids of whatever you can. So this is a sun stick, and this is a detergent. So with this detergent you just need one sheet. You put it in the sink and you wash your stuff, which I'm gonna do on a daily basis. So every single evening I will wash my stuff. And this is hand soap. And then I'm reusing a tin which had fresh mints in it. And I'm bringing one of these mini-sized soap bars. And you don't have to purchase necessarily these tiny containers. This is from Muji. This is two. These are, I think, from Taiga. This one too, I believe. But this was, how do you call it? And another trick is simply to bring stuff that can be used for multiple purposes, such as this one is a lip and eye balm, and the same goes for a product like this one. And then I'm just bringing one of these for shampoo and bath foam, but I will use it as shampoo because I cannot wash my hair too often, and so I will not need it more than twice probably. And then I also bring one teeny tiny towel, which is for your face. It's really soft. And these are both makeup removers, and I use them morning and evening to wash my face with this micellar water. And so I just bring a few and I wash them if I need them again. And there are two extra liquids that I bring and I place in this pouch only for security. And these are my sanitizer, which again I refill. It's a really tiny bottle, teeny tiny one. And the second liquid that I bring in a different pouch, and it's always with me, is a tiny bottle with eye drops, which will fit here for security, and then I will move them back to my smaller backpack. But I mean, I still have plenty of room in here, and there are a couple of items I might leave at home because I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna bring them. And here I have a different pouch, a very old one, that has some medicine and other useful things. Like, look at this boy. For the SIM card. Stuff like this, a tiny mirror, a few of these, which have always been useful. Some medicine like this that didn't fit in the main container. These are both by Muji, actually. And then two other lifesavers. And these two didn't fit the other pouch, but these are for blisters. So this pouch is always with me in my main backpack. This is the first time I'm bringing something like this. It's because I'm going to stay at a place with a family, and I totally forgot they have a cat, and I'm allergic to cats. I have my pills for allergies, but I also bring this to clean my clothes and remove any animal hair. Let's see if I survive. Another thing that might look a bit odd is this one. Since I'm going to Italy, they have this type of outlet. And I'll bring these because if I need to charge multiple things and they don't have many outlets available. And then this is not a necessity, but I have 2 of these. This has a decent mic with a clip here. So if my regular mic were to break or something, I would use these to record audio, which is not amazing, but it's something, right? Cool gadgets and stuff that I just bring because it's useful. It's this thing that again I got from Muji. I use it to hang my clothes after washing them. This one I might not need depending on whether they separate me from my bag. Then I have vitamins and pills that I need to take on a daily basis, so this will be empty by the end of the trip, and I might fill it with something that I'm gonna buy over there. These are mints. This is a bit extra, but since I'm going to wedding, I have some jewelry with me. And you might have noticed I don't bring any other hair products because I don't need them, but this is the only product that I need. These are for the plane. This is what I would normally bring for my camera, which is the one that I use for photography, not for filming, because it's a very old one and it doesn't work well with video. But she's always with me everywhere. And I always have this little bag, cross bag, that even when I go for a walk around here. But what I wanted to tell you is about these. It doesn't charge like a normal camera because it doesn't have a regular battery. It has these AA batteries, and these are all rechargeable ones. These are like 8 years old or something. They lose power quite fast. And this is the pouch with the other batteries. And this is how I would recharge them. This only charges 2 at a time, so you cannot just charge one. The problem is that since these and these are pretty old, they don't work as well anymore. So I might bring for this trip only regular batteries that I can throw away afterwards, so that I don't have to bring this many and I don't have to bring the charger. So I will probably bring 4 regular batteries plus 4 in here. And I have an SD card here, 120 gigabytes, which is enough usually. Since we're talking about cameras, this is the camera I'm gonna work with the most. And these are a couple of things that will always be with it. Here I have the batteries, and you can put some SD cards in here as well. This also works as a charger, and this is pretty neat. Since I'm quite anxious, I always put the camera in this thing, and I will probably walk around with this setup. This can be used as a selfie stick, but you see how much smaller it is compared to my photography camera, and so much lighter. But I'm gonna film and photograph a wedding. It's gonna be an amateur work for a friend, but still, I will have to bring quite some equipment for that. Which is why I showed you this pouch, which is meant for toiletries, but I'm not bringing enough toiletries to fill this up, so I'm going to use it for my tech. I bought this one so that this selfie stick becomes a tripod, but it's not stable and I don't think it works properly. So I don't know if I'm gonna bring it or sell it. I have no idea. Or give it a go and see if it works in the field, let's say. I'm going to bring 2 of these. So one is gonna be here and the other one in my main bag. And then I have a bunch of these accessories. And since I'm going to film the travel day, this might stay with me in my main bag. We made it to 7 kilos, so let's add a couple of souvenirs, even though I will buy some more on the way to the airport or last minute anyways for the family that is hosting me. But if we were to add the laptop as well, we would nearly get to 10 kilos. I'm only bringing my Ahinsa barefoot shoes, and this is more or less what I would bring on a daily basis in the tiny backpack. And I always bring my Nikon camera and wear it as a sling bag, let's say.